And now, some wise words by Cade.
Come. Cock-a-doodle-doo, I smell poo. Oh.
CK Beats.
Carson doesn't get a fucking microphone. Where'd you put it, big guy? There it is. All right, let's get this out of the way. Look at me.
Look at this guy. What the fuck? It's gone.
It's fucking gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
I told him he's fired from the podcast, but he's here, so.
He doesn't have anyone else to do this with.
Well, I have no one else that I want to do this with.
Let's go.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I look 12 years old. Yeah, I sent a picture of my face to Nessa, and she's like, "You look like a child," and I'm like, "Fuck!"
Great.
It was literally just a minute after I did. I'm like, "God fucking damn it!" Like,
You're like, you should have told me before I did it. Thanks a lot.
yeah, asshole. Did I send you the picture of my half and half?
No.
I only did one half to start.
You should have played with it and done like funny things before you did that.
I should have, but I didn't.
But you didn't. I love that.
That's so good.
I love it. That's great.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Oh, God. Welcome back,
Welcome back, guys. How you
Episode
doing?
24, I think.
Whatever the fuck.
Episode 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for a while.
For a while.
What's 24 divided by 4? I don't want to do the math. It's 18. It's 8.
What?
It's 8.
Fuck! What?
It's 8. 24 divided by 4 is 18. Well, you didn't fucking know that? Like,
I guess not.
damn, caught me.
Shit.
Fuck.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Anyways.
So we, last week everything was just, it's still chaotic, and last week was chaotic. So we're going to get that over with, and then we're going to talk about something that we did,
I'm just circling my nipple.
2 days ago. So we went camping, and the thing is...
This isn't what we did 2 days ago.
No.
This was last
This
weekend.
was, yeah, so, well, I mean, this... Never mind. So, and what happened was it was planned, but I messed up. And I thought that it was going to be in September, and I had plans last weekend. Like, everything, it was not good timing. And so they all were up there, and my plans fell through, and I was just sitting here with the biggest amount of FOMO that I've ever had in my entire life, just pouting in the basement in a corner, crying and screaming.
It's true. He called me. He was crying and screaming. Like, I could hear him kicking the walls.
And I told my mom, I went up to her, and I was like, man, I don't know what to do. And she goes, well, aren't you going to go hang out or something? And I was like, well, they're all going camping at Pineview, and I wasn't going to make it, and I just don't know what to do. And she's like, well, why don't you see if you can go? And I was like, well,
I guess.
that's a good point. And so then I called Cade, and he was like, yeah, I'm just getting stuff from Walmart, and then I'll be heading up there. And then it was just, at that point, panic mode, because I was like, I need to gather all my camping gear, and I need to get everything situated. And so I get a backpack, I start filling it up, and I find out that I usually keep my camping stuff in the garage, because my mom puts all of hers in the storage unit, and I'm like, I always keep it in the garage for stuff like this, where it's like, hey, let's go camping. I'm like, all right, grab my stuff and go.
I bet.
Yeah, and this time, the camping gear was in the storage unit with her stuff, so I went out to the garage, and I came back inside and went, Mom! Where's my camping stuff? And
Where's my super suit?
Why? You gotta know! I'm the greatest good you ever gonna get! But I was like, where is it? And she's like, in the garage. I was like, no.
No.
It's not. And she's like, oh, it might be in the storage unit. And I was like, shit. And I just, even more panic mode, because I did not know what to do now. And so we had to run to the storage unit and grab my stuff, and then...
What was funny is you called me and said, I gotta go to the storage unit. I was about to turn onto your road.
I
I was right there, and I'm like, I guess I'll go see my parents. So I went and saw
That's
my mom
awesome.
for like 30 minutes.
And then I went and like we grabbed all my stuff, and then we just went to. Wait. I think before that, me and Mom went to get McDonald's or something like that, like before any of this happened.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, and
you're like,
then-
Mom told me to get McDonald's.
Yeah, and then we came back, and this whole thing happened, I think.
The whole fiasco.
But anyway, and so we hit the storage unit and then go directly to Pineview. And on the way up, I'm like trying to figure out which campsite they're at, like which number, like what's going on. And we get up there, and there's just, because I planned poorly, there's not enough room at the campsite because they have these stupid rules where you can only have a certain amount of people, a certain amount of tents, a certain amount of cars. And so they just didn't have room. And so then I was like, I'll just get the site next to them.
Yeah.
And so it's like $20, and I paid for 2 nights, and just no one was next to us, which was nice. And then I got a parking pass for anyone that wanted to park up there as well.
We
I have an
definitely
extra
broke
car.
the parking rule
Definitely.
because we're only supposed to have 2 cars per campsite. We had 6 cars parked there.
But hey, what are you gonna do?
The only car that wasn't parked there was Landon's because his would not fucking
No,
make it.
no.
Mine barely made it because
No.
they had these like dirt speed bumps. I was bottoming out
Which
with my car.
I don't know how it works with campsites, but I think it's illegal to not have a marked speed bump.
I don't know.
I think you're supposed to, because I think with the townhomes that I used to live in, they got in trouble because they was just tar.
Yeah, I hit the first one hard as shit when I went in there because I
And-
didn't expect it.
And so they put them in there, and I'm pretty sure they did. So they didn't paint them, and then after a while, they got in trouble, and they either had to paint them or something
Like level it.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was stupid because it was like my mom was taking it in the truck, and like she wasn't like doing it where you go at an angle and go over it. She was just boom, 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 like the whole thing. We were just smacking over the top of them, and she like drifts into the thing like to drop me off. It was so much fun. And
She threw sunscreen at you.
yeah, and then as I was getting out of the car, oh, and by the way, I didn't bring a tent because I didn't know what the deal was supposed to be. So I was like, worst case scenario, I sleep out under the stars tonight and have a good old grand time out in the stars. And that I did.
And guess what? He did.
But I get out of the car, and she goes, you should have brought your tent. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, why don't we go get it super quick? I was like, no, it's okay. And then I was getting out of the car, grabbing all my stuff, and she was like, okay, here's sunscreen for tomorrow. And I was like, I don't need sunscreen. And she's like,
I burned like a real man.
she was like, yeah, you do, Carson. You're going to be out in the sun tomorrow. And I was like, I'll be fine. I'll burn like a real man. Which is,
she hates it when we say that.
yeah, because,
We always
skin cancer runs in my family.
we always get burned anyway.
And we get burned anyway.
like real men though.
Yeah. And so I was getting out of the car, and she goes, I'm going to throw it. And I'm like, don't throw it. And I get out of the car, and I just see her go, she goes, you better not leave it there. And I was like, damn it. And so, and what the funny part was, is I like went and started setting up all my stuff on the table at the campsite and everything. And then probably like 30 minutes after being there, I go, oh, the sunscreen's over there. And so I walked over and grabbed it. And I mean, I should have just listened to her because it did come in handy.
It did.
I mean, I'd still got sunburnt, but that's because of my own thing.
He took a nap midday.
Yeah, well, I thought I was in the shade because the tree was covering it, but it wasn't
It was like
enough.
minorly covering him, but
Yeah.
of course through the leaves it's shown weird.
Yeah.
So he just had
My
a
whole
weird
back.
pattern.
Yeah, my back was just pink.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
And
I surprisingly
didn't get burnt. Yeah,
didn't get burned.
motherfucker.
Yeah, look at me. I didn't get burned that time.
Look at us.
Look at us. Say it again. Who would have thought?
So,
Not me.
then I'm trying to think of the events. I think everyone started like getting ready to cook stuff up a little bit, right? They were
Yeah.
getting all their foods ready. They had the little fire going. We all sat up next to the fire and was just hanging out.
It was nice.
Just vibing.
just pure vibes.
Just fucking vibing.
And we partied.
Yeah, it was fun.
All night.
We stayed up till like 3 a.m. listening to music and
I
just
went to bed
having
at
a
like
blast.
2.
Yeah.
1:32.
Yeah, Cade went to sleep early, and then which was valid because I was tired.
I was
as
so
could be.
fucking tired.
And I should have done the same thing because I'm sleeping outside. But what are you gonna do?
Like he genuinely just got in a sleeping bag and laid down on the ground.
No, yeah. So like everything dies out around like 3 o'clock, and I go throw my pillow just onto the dirt, and then I throw my sleeping bag out, and I have my waters next to me. And I have like my backpack next to me, and then I just take my glasses off. I cinch my hoodie, and I'm inside my sleeping bag, and I threw like a headphone in.
The
to
picture
listen to
was
music.
so funny.
I can try and put one into the podcast
You should.
right here. And I was just vibing out there.
More editing.
I was just, it's fine. I'm not on a time crunch this time.
Oh, you're right.
I'm-
Goblin.
Get gobbled.
Get gobbled a bitch.
That's what Braxton said last night. I was explaining the goblin thing to him, and he's like, "Get gobbled."
Thanks, Braxton. Get
And I said, "That's going to be the T-shirt. Get gobbled."
Yes, get gobbled.
And then it'll at the very, very bottom, like down at the bottom, it'll say, "Thanks, Braxton." Get gobbled. Thanks, Braxton.
Thanks, Braxton. Trademark Braxton.
Yeah. And then the next morning, I like woke up at 7 or 8 in the morning because it was just so hot laying there, and I took off my hoodie and then I like sat straight up and was just like, like I could not. I wasn't like, oh my god! And so then I just grabbed my water and chugged like half a gallon of water and was all. Like I had just been like in a drought forever. I was in the desert or something, and up like, and so I was just sitting. Like I literally went 90 degrees and just. And
That's
then,
how old people wake up every morning.
and then they're all. And it was just funny, and then I kind of slowly turned like and unzipped the sleeping bag and turned and like sat there, just looking dead. And everyone started waking up, and they're like, "How'd you sleep?" And I actually got some decent amount of sleep. Like it wasn't too
Good
bad.
shit.
It wasn't the best. Like it's not the same as sleeping in a bed, but it was like actually got a decent amount of sleep.
For where you were at, good sleep.
Yeah, good sleep. And then we all got everything ready for the day.
We kind of just fucked around for a minute.
Yeah.
And that's like, well, me and you came back and like went to my house.
Yeah. Yeah, we
And
had to
then-
grab some stuff, and I had to grab like my lantern and everything.
Then we got Chick-fil-A.
and Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
And then
Then we went back, and the other people went places too.
yeah.
Then we just chilled. Carson took a nap on the
Yep.
ground.
Yep.
That was cool.
And then we all started getting ready to hit the beach.
The beach, bro?
And while we were down here, I grabbed my football so we could.
Smart boy.
Yeah. And well, and I didn't know because I'll bring my football when I'm with like all of my friend group, with like Zach and them, and I'll bring my football and like one person will throw it like 3 times and
And
then
they'll
it's
just
just then it just sits there.
Yeah.
And so I brought it this time because I was like, maybe we'll have a little bit of fun with this. And so then when we got to the beach, I was like a little nervous that it was just going to sit there like normal.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we actually had some
Like
fun
the
with it.
whole time.
Yeah.
And then so he's like, this is like a Top Gun montage.
Yeah, that's what. I walked down the
Yeah.
beach and I was like in slow motion. I was like, "Boys, we about to Top Gun montage this thing."
Yeah. And it was. 'cause
And it was
just
so much
all of us
fun.
with our shirts off playing football, throwing
Yeah.
the pigskin around.
It was windy as hell too.
It was.
And so like the waves were just choppy and like it would just smack into and so like we were trying to skip rocks, but it would just hit a wave and shoot like 20 feet in the air.
Just to the stratosphere.
And at one so so at one point I was getting ready to like just sneak out into the water and just kind of disappear further and further out.
I keep accidentally just staring at you. It's hard not to.
I know I need to move it.
Yeah, because like usually I'll look there, but I'm like, Carson.
I know, and I keep like looking at the camera and then catching your eye line and then having to double take and like, and then we'll hold it and then we'll move back to this without saying anything. And but at one point I was trying to go sneak out into the water and just see how far I could get out there. And as I was putting I took my glasses off and was taking everything and putting it down. They threw the ball to like Ricky, I think. And it felt like I jumped like fucking 6 feet in the air, and I intercepted the football, and it felt like I was up there forever, and I like spun around, and I thought it was the coolest thing, and
It was cool.
according to everyone else though, I just jumped and caught it. That was about it.
It was cool.
To me, it felt like I was in the air for so long, and it was because there was a slant because of the beach.
Then he
but
like tucked his legs too, so it's just
Yeah, so it felt
maximum
even
airtime.
longer because I like jumped, caught it, turned, and tucked my legs, and then dropped down. Like it seemed like I was in there for so long. And
In there.
I was in there, man, just in that shit, in there.
I was there.
And then we all kind of like I got out into the water and just was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to the buoys." And so I start like kind of drifting out there, and you can almost touch the entire way to the buoys. If it wasn't for the waves, I'm sure we could have touched.
Possibly,
And,
yeah.
I start heading out there, and then I think Landon started drifting out a little bit, and then
Yeah.
he was like, "All right," and then we kind of all started
Yeah,
getting out there.
Then I got out there. Then Ricky followed me.
Yeah, and then everyone just like started drifting out to the buoys, and we got out there, and all of us were wrestling the buoy.
We were just climbing on it.
yeah, we were just holding on to it, and like yeah, and then we'd like didn't Landon barrel roll with it like he was
Yeah.
in the water doing that shit. Like it was so funny.
It's because I hopped on it and it was just like, oh,
yeah, and then he just starts spinning.
yeah.
Oh, it was the best.
It looked like he was in a washer.
yeah, like he looked like he was an alligator when they do that, or a crocodile or whatever the fuck when they just sit there and spin.
Yeah,
It was so good.
it was funny.
And then we all like kind of started to head back, and
Carson
I
just-
spotted a log on the beach.
He just goes log,
Yeah, I said log, and Kate goes log.
log.
And so then everyone's heading back to the beach where we had our stuff, and
Everyone
I just
was going
go
this
that
way. Carson goes this.
I go
way.
off on just this real angle out that
Okay.
way.
And also, this wasn't just a log.
No, this was like a tree, basically.
This was a log.
like this was a big fucking log.
It was huge.
And so I get over there, and there's like literally no one on the beach except for us and a family. And of course, this log is like 10
Ooh.
feet, or not
It's
even
like
that.
right behind.
It's
them.
right next to them. And so
Yeah.
I get over there, and in my head, I'm like, do I say something or do I just take it?
Yeah, I was thinking like you should say like, you gonna use that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you guys gonna use this? Can I take this?
You gonna finish that?
But instead, I was like, I'm just gonna take it in silence. And so I walked over, I grabbed the log, and I like hold it in my arms, and then I just start pulling. And as soon as I hear it, I hear someone go, "Oh,
Oh.
and like turn, and then the rest of their heads turn towards me, and I'm just like, and just manhandling this tree out into the water. And I finally get it far enough out there where it floats up high enough that I can just push it. Now I'm not having to just pull with all my strength. And I get it out there, and I push it, and I jump on top of it, and I start swimming it further out there. And I have to try and get to Cade, and then he hops on, and we're both facing each other.
We were just riding the log.
And we started swimming it out to we were paddling and stuff out to the buoys, and there was a boat out there with
we were going right towards
with
the boat.
women, and
you we were sitting on, so you couldn't see the log, so it just looked like two idiots floating.
yeah.
like
In my head, I'm sad I didn't say it at the moment, but I should have been like, "Hose ho, land ho!" No, and so we start getting closer and closer and closer, and then they take off because they were getting someone up on the fucking skis or whatever it was, and it was fun. We turned and got towards that, and then we were trying to stand on the log,
I did it.
and I figured out. You remember the next day where I was like, "I think I have a sliver in my foot."
Is that what it is from?
No, it was because it stabbed into my foot.
Oh right.
And nothing ever got stuck in there. It's just
It
because
just
I stood
stabbed.
on it.
Yeah.
And it stabbed into my foot like that.
No, that makes sense.
Way more sense. I was like, how could something get through my shoe and do that? No,
True.
it was the tree.
It was El Tree.
And we had fun with that for a while, and we got Bodie out there with us.
Yeah, we went back and boys, get on the log.
Come
And
on, and nobody
nobody
would.
got on the fucking
and
log.
Bodie barely did.
Yeah, and he was like, fun. And then he had the time of his
Yeah,
life.
then he loved it.
He loved it because
Well-
there was three dudes chilling on a log.
Yeah, life can't get any better than that. It's
Yeah.
3 dudes on a log in the water.
And we were going, and we were getting to the buoy, and I just looked at both of them like, row! And we were just all in
Yeah, and
in
it was
sync.
so funny because we were throwing our hands back, just in sync, just the whole thing, throwing them back, and then we got to the
We
buoys.
looked like we had oars.
Yeah,
Like,
and we were in perfect sync. Where the noise sounded so cool
was
because
so
it was all
good.
the splash and pull of it was it was in sync.
it was good.
Bye bye. But just a little side tangent about that is ever since I realized that you can get on a log and bring it into a lake, I have been doing it.
My life has never been the same.
Never been the same. Like the first time I went up to Kazi, me and Brighton found a log on the beach, and we were like, let's go.
Yeah, that's a log.
Yeah, and so we took the log out into the water, and then the next time I went to Pineview, I did it. Actually, I think the next 4 times I went to Pineview, I did it.
I think if we go back to the same spot in Pineview, the log is where I left it.
If you pulled it on the
It was
beach,
on the beach.
it could be.
It wasn't all the way on the beach.
Depending on if the water came up and pulled it back. but I bet it could be.
Let's go check on our log.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
You guys are coming with. Let's go.
We actually just go.
It's just like a time lapse of us just driving all the way out there, and then like
It's just my car driving under the lake.
where is it
to get there?
Where is it? But yeah, so I would just go out there and take logs and just take it out there, and most of the time it's by myself. And sometimes one of the boys would be like, "Is that a log?
Is that a log?"
And be like, "Yeah, let's go." And then we'd hop on there and just row out into the water. So much fun. And checking out your baby face. But yeah, a little side tangent. I love doing that. It's very fun. But
we love logs.
Then I saw the most menacing looking clouds coming in towards us, and I was like,
we should go.
I was like, all of my shit is outside because I don't have a tent, so
Yeah.
I think I need to go back and get that.
And we were like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, and so we all kind of slowly made it back. I was getting anxious as fuck because everyone was like standing outside the bathrooms and shit
Yeah.
like that, and like that's why I just took off. I was just like, all right, I'm walking.
Yeah.
And so I walked over to his car and just stood there. Then we got back and started packing everything under the canopy, and because of the wind, that we had sideways rain, and
it's raining sideways.
it was just hitting everything, and then like it kept pooling on the canopy, and then just dropping
See,
down
here's
on
one thing
us.
I don't understand why Jared was doing it. He was flipping up the bottom part.
He was flipping it up so it would catch it like that.
Yeah.
And
But
it made
then-
no sense.
it-
And then,
yeah, and
I
then
think
you
you
would-
fixed it or something. Someone fixed it, and then he
I-
came back
yeah,
and
I
put it back up.
I fixed it and you put it back. I'm like, dude, it's just going to weigh it down and fall anyways. And
Yeah.
you're going to get someone soaked.
Yeah.
Like, there's no...
And that's exactly what it ended up doing.
Yeah. There's no reason to do that.
And it was, and so everything was, it was just dumping water on us. And so after everyone packing everything up, we're all like, what the fuck what do we do?
Yeah. And then it started raining hard.
Like bad. And
Hard.
everyone was like,
we were all, like, standing on the table because
Yeah.
we were still getting wet.
we were standing like on the bench and like on top of the table under the canopy.
We were still getting soaked.
And do you know who came up with the idea to go to dinner?
Probably Ricky.
Probably Ricky. Well, they were just like, let's go to Carlos and
Yeah, like
Harvey's or
let's
whatever
go
the
let's
fuck.
go get dinner and wait the storm out. And we're like, fucking yeah, okay,
And
yeah,
so
let's go.
We went to dinner, and
Yep.
Sophie bet me $4 that I wouldn't take a bite out of the plant that was on the table because I thought it was fake. I thought it was plastic, and I took a bite out of it,
It was real.
and it was real. And it tasted. It was okay. It was kind of like an aloe plant kind of thing.
What a dumb way to lose $4.
I know. Well, I gave it back to her
Oh, okay.
because it was two $2 bills.
Yeah, like rare bills.
And she told me, like, after she gave it to me and I put it in my wallet, she goes, "Man, I've had those for like 6 months," and I was like,
do you want them back?
well, and then she was like, and I was like, and why? And she's like, because they're cool. They're like, and then I was like, well, we both were like, that's a shitty way to lose them, man.
Yeah.
Like, you
Fucking
just
idiot.
bet it. You really think? I was like, do you know who I am?
Yeah,
you
do
really
you
don't
think-
think I would take a bite out of a plant for
we
money?
would do so much worse for $1.
Yeah. And then, like, right around, like, near the end of dinner, I was like, here, you can have these back. And she was
Yeah.
like, oh, thanks.
The whole dinner, me and Sophie were just business is booming.
Yeah,
Just
we
sending
kept,
that shit.
all of us, we were
Did
just
she show
sending
you the
back
one where I
and
sent like
back.
2 paragraphs?
No, she skipped over it. That was like the last one we did. She didn't let me see it.
Dude, it was so good.
Damn it.
It was so good. I tried so hard.
It really that was so funny, and it was a great time, and it's just an inside joke between you and Bailey and me and Sophie,
Yeah.
and then we kind of brought some people in just for like the meme of it, but they didn't get it.
No. Business
Is
is booming.
It
Well,
was
Ricky.
so much fun.
Ricky knows.
Ricky knows. Ricky's aware.
Ricky
yeah.
knows.
Bodie-
Ricky
Bodie knows.
Bodie knows.
But he was at the end of the table. They were both at
Yeah.
the ends, so we couldn't do very much with that.
I was sitting right next to Rick, so he was in
Right,
one
and
of
I guess
mine.
Sophie was sitting next to Bodie, but either way.
What the fuck ever. Like,
Whatever. And we left, and it was like the rain was kind of dying out, and so we get back to the camp and
the
start
cloud water.
airing out the sky come,
Sky come.
and we start airing
Sky
everything out and getting ready for the fire.
Yeah, they lit that fire like as soon as we got there.
Yeah, it was quick.
And we
skip-
then again started chilling.
Yeah, and I was gonna say skip a lot of this stuff, and I felt like everything was dying out, and then all of a sudden 2 people show up out of nowhere.
Yeah, just in front of our campsite, there's like, hey.
Yeah, and they're just talking to someone. I can't remember who
Yeah,
they're
me
talking
and Bailey
to.
went up and talked to him.
Yeah, and then I come up and I'm like, "Who are you guys? Hey, I'm Carson. Nice to meet you."
Carson
Like,
was so happy.
I just went right up to them. Like, I was no longer an introvert. I was just like, "Hey, what's up? How
He's
you
like,
doing?"
"New
shaking
people."
their hands. Yeah, and it was a mom and a daughter, and
Ricky was just hitting on the mom.
yeah, Ricky was just trying to get some milk
It's like,
action going.
You guys look like sisters.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Yeah.
when they because then they got challenged to like play cup pong with them, and
Oh, they got smoked.
It was so funny because she was like, "Yeah, you want to lose? You guys want to lose?" And
They
Ricky's
were
like,
talking-
"All right, let's go then."
They were talking mad shit.
yeah, and
And they lost.
they lost.
They fucking lost.
Well, it's funny because then me and the daughter won against Ricky later on, like at the end of the night. It was very funny. But
yeah, like they were there for like 30 minutes.
yeah,
And then other people from their camp came over. They're like, "Oh, this is where you guys were." And then more and more people kept coming over.
and it
then
was like every time someone new would come up, I would be like, "Hey, I'm Carson. Nice to meet you. How you doing? And welcome to the camp." And
at
like,
one point, one person was just like, "So who's the one sleeping on the ground
Yeah.
last night?" Carson was like, "That was me."
that was me. And then he was like, "I was just drinking my Bloody Mary, and I come out around the side of the campsite, and I just see some dude sitting upright, looking like he's dead." And I was just like, and this is his words. He was like, "I was just very confused." That's the clap sync. But he goes, I was just drinking my Bloody Mary, and this dude that looked half dead sitting upright in the middle of the dirt. I was like, "Yeah, that was me."
That was me.
And he was like, "Did none of them let you sleep in their tents?" I was like, "No, they offered, but I just slept outside." He goes, "All right,
All right, for sure.
And one other guy comes up, and me and him talked about old school hip hop for probably 30 to 40 minutes.
It was a long time.
a long time, and it was so funny because we're just ganging up on Ricky about it.
Yeah, dude, I was a wanderer for the whole night.
Just everybody.
I was going everywhere.
I was doing it, but like I would do that, and then I'd stop with someone, and then I'd stop with someone, and then I was
Yeah,
doing
like-
it, but it would just take chunks.
I saw some people walk away, so I'm like, I'm gonna go with them. And it was just Bodie and Kobe just walking into the wilderness. I'm like, "Hey guys," and they started talking about wars and shit, and I'm like, "I'm gonna go." Like,
they're talking about like conspiracy that they're. Gonna
It was like-
they're like, "Hey, this is terrorist talk only, allegedly."
yeah, it was like heavy politics. I'm like, I'm gonna go back to the
I'm
fire.
out. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
out.
gonna go back. I don't know. I don't know enough to have this conversation. Like,
And then like I still remember some of their names. It's just so funny. But
I don't remember any of them.
I remember 3 of them.
What was the daughter's name again?
I guess it doesn't matter. They're not going to see this. No one's going to know who
Yeah.
it was. It was Joe was the daughter.
That's right.
Heather was the mom.
Heather.
And then one of the guys, he had the goatee with the red. That was
Brent.
Ron.
What about Brent? I remember
He
Brent,
was-
the tall guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the tall
The
guy.
one that was like, "Who the fuck's up outside?"
Yeah. No, yeah, so Ron was the one. He had the little red goatee.
Yeah.
But it was so much fun, and they were like talking to us. They were like, "Yeah, we were thinking about campsite hopping, and we ended up just coming over here, and I guess it was the right idea, and it was
Dude,
so
it
much
was
fun."
so cool.
And we after like I said, Ricky was like, "How about you two play against us?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm so bad at cut pong, like I can't play this." And
Well, Ricky and Bailey owned the table for like 3 games.
yeah,
Against those guys.
yeah.
It was nuts.
And then they did father and sons. That was funny.
That was awesome.
And then one of the sons was like, "Hey, someone hold this drink for me?" And so I just held it for, I kid you not, like 30 minutes. I was holding his drink.
Why did you just put it on the table?
I don't know. I was talking with like 2 people, and I was just holding his drink, and I was like, just sitting there having a conversation, and I go, "Hey, man, you should probably drink some of this because I'm holding it." And he was like, "Oh, you're right. And he takes it,
Right,
and
right,
hands it back
right.
to me, and I'm just holding it again forever. And then finally, I was like, "Finish it! I don't want to hold it anymore." And he goes, "Okay," and he finishes his drink and throws it away. But it was so funny.
It was so good.
And yeah, so then we end up playing that game with Ricky.
It's
and
like dented from when you were head bashing it.
But Ricky was with Trevor this time.
Ooh, yeah. Trevor.
It was hilarious.
It was funny.
And so I was playing against them, and Joe goes, I'm not good either." And I was like, "Well, you know what? We'll both just suck." And she carried me the entire game. I made like 2 shots, and one of them was like a 2 cup because it like bounced off or like in one and out or something like that. Like I got 2 cups, and then I made a separate shot, and then she made the rest of them and the winning shot. Then they didn't get redemption, so we won. And immediately after we got
Damn.
the win, everyone like disappeared.
Yeah,
Like
because it
all of
started
them.
raining.
Yeah, but it
So
was
they
just
were
so
like,
funny.
"All right, we're going back to our camp." Because it was also like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
by this point. And it
this
was
is- the rain came down like a fucking tropical storm.
And like everyone in our campsite went into one person's tent, started playing like card games and shit. But I was just like, I'm tired.
And I'm standing out
Like-
there with my backpack and like my waters and everything, and I'm staring at Cade's tent, and I'm staring at the tent where they're playing blackjack, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, come on, I don't know what to do. And then eventually everyone goes into the tents, and I'm just by myself out there, and I go, okay. And so then I went over to Cade's tent, and I go to unzip it, and it's stuck.
It was
And
so
I'm just
funny.
getting poured on, and I'm like, Cade, it won't come on! And he's just like, it's stuck! Come! And then we're just yelling at each other, and I can't get the tent open.
It was so good.
And
It's like, it's raining!
yeah, and then I get in and zip it up, and then I like kick my shoes off because his rain cover comes down with like it's really cool.
That tent is awesome.
It was awesome. But I was under the rain cover and was like kicking my shoes off, and I didn't know that the rain really got under there because my shoes were soaked.
Yeah, that's why mine were like pushed up against
It
the
was really
tent.
smart. And we sat in there and started singing Bo Burnham. So then we started the special, then started the outtakes special. Then I was like,
No,
we
it was
got to
the
listen.
outtakes first, wasn't it? Yeah, because you were showing me it was on Netflix, and I'm like, oh,
Oh,
let's watch
yeah.
the original. And then we
Yeah.
just started listening to the slowed versions of the song.
Yes, and then we were both singing it to each other, the slowed versions,
It
because I
was
have
so
four of
cute.
them.
It was so
And
cute.
so we started singing them to each other, and by like the fourth one, Cade just fucking zonks out.
I conked the fuck out.
He was out. And it was so funny because I sang the rest of the song, and I was telling Chase, and she goes, "Did you sing him to sleep?" And I went,
Yeah,
"I did.
you did.
I sang Cade to sleep."
Yeah, because like in the middle of the third one, I'm like, I'm so tired. Then I kept singing, and the fourth one, I'm like, nah, fuck this.
Yeah, you said like the first like couple words, and then you just
Yeah, I sang like, nah.
and he was just out. And then I finished listening to the rest of it, and then we were out. And then the next morning, we all just kind of got ready to got our
Leave?
stuff together. We hung out.
Yeah, we hung out for a couple hours. which
Yeah, we
was
had
fun.
to wait for the tents to dry before we could.
Yeah, because it was all
put 'em up.
soaked.
Yeah, but it was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was
We
a good
had
weekend.
a good time. We skipped over a lot of details,
Yeah.
probably, but overall, very fun.
But then you know what? Saturday we started a Minecraft realm,
We did.
and it was really fun. And it's been going on.
Yeah, still haven't added those people.
You were gonna do it last night, weren't you?
I forgot. Kobe never sent me his gamer tag, so
True,
I
you said
forgot.
you said send in the gamer tags, and
Yeah,
I didn't see
no
anything
one
after
fucking
that.
did.
Okay,
I have Bodhi saved in our chat, so I need to actually add him because I feel bad. Because like everyone's getting fucking mad at me because like I'm the only person that can add people, but you know, I gotta do shit as a person. So I wasn't like I was going to bed, like
Yeah.
I was laying in bed, and Bodhi's like, "Hey, add me," and I'm like, "No, I'm going to bed. I'll add you tomorrow." He's like, "All right," and I'm like, "Sorry, buddy, I'm tired. I'm not turning my computer back on." And I'm like, "I'll add him tomorrow. It'll be fine." And
3 days later,
and then I didn't add him tomorrow because I was not home. I expected to be home, and then I wasn't.
You didn't add him tomorrow because tomorrow never happens. There's only today. There's no yesterday. There's no tomorrow. It's only today.
I died 7 years ago in a plane accident.
But it was fun. It was a great weekend. And then let's. I really want to talk about these ones, but we got to get to this.
We got to get to that.
We're gonna get to it. Okay.
That's where my story just ended.
So
right there.
I've had tickets for Kendrick Lamar. We have on one of the episodes where I find out that Kendrick Lamar is coming, and I get on
He
pre-sale,
Yeah.
and I get
They can't even hear what Carson is saying.
No.
He
Kendrick
said,
Lamar is possibly coming to Utah.
buy us tickets as soon as that happens. All right, back to
tickets, and I spend way too much money on the tickets, and I was going by myself, and the plan was front runner concert, front runner home, and then later on, like in this month now, it's going to happen. Kendrick's happening. I figure out that the front runner stops at 11, and I'm sure that
When the concert ended.
the concert's going to end around there or later, and so I'm like, oh, I might need to find a ride or something, and then I'm like, wait, I need a ride to the front runner station too. And so I have no plan for this, and it came out like the day before that I had everything figured out, where
Yeah.
Cade was going to come on a lunch, pick me up, take me to the front runner. I was going to get out there, enjoy the concert, and then Chase was going to bring me back home. Then I'm at work, and I'm getting ready to leave work early, and I get a text from Cade that says,
In all caps.
all caps, well, guess who's going to Kendrick Lamar now? And in my head, I didn't get what he meant. Like, I was just like, what? And then under it, I go, shut the hell up.
Yeah, it was
Or
so
like, shut the fuck
He's like,
up.
what? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
and then I just called him immediately.
Yeah, and so I ran into a closet at work. I literally was doing laundry,
I figured.
and like I closed the thing and started the laundry, and then I got the phone call and was like, where do I go? Where do I go? And so then I like ran into the closet that like no one uses and closed it and leaned against the door and put my headphone in and was like, hello?
It was so funny.
And he
I'm
told me-
like,
yeah.
and I just frat brother,
Frat brother.
because the way it worked is at like 1:00, an hour before. No, it was like 12:30 to 1. An hour before I was gonna go pick up Carson and take him to the train, my friend Jaden texted me. She's like, "Hey, do you like Kendrick Lamar?" And now I'm like, being like, I'm happy, like I'm getting excited, but I shouldn't, just in case. And I was like, "Yeah, I do." She's like, "Are you free tonight?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am. I'm free." She's like, "Do you want to go with me? I have a ticket." And I'm like, "Absolutely, I want to go." Like, why would I say no to that?
Who would say no to that?
Because I didn't even have to pay for the ticket.
Right.
So that's awesome. So yeah, so the day of, she was like, "Yeah, let's go." And so I told my work an hour before I was gonna leave. I'm like, "Hey, I just learned this. I'm gonna leave in an hour." They're like, "Okay."
Okay, cool, dude.
Yeah, they're like, "I don't care," and whatever. I was like, "Okay, cool. Okay, great."
Well, yeah, so he drops me off at the front runner, and I get on it, and I find out that I was looking at the wrong schedule, so I had to wait like 30-something
It was
minutes
like
for
30
the next
minutes, yeah.
train. And I hop on, and each stop takes 10 years, and so I get there like an hour later, and as soon as I get off the train, Kata arrives in Salt Lake.
Yeah, the thing. No, it was when you got to the venue that I arrived in Salt Lake.
I was walking to the venue.
Yeah, because I left like an hour after I dropped off Carson. Like, I left an hour after. Because I just went home and chilled for a minute. 'Cause I'm like, I don't need to be in Salt Lake yet. And I got there. I was like, I got to Jaden's house, and he's like, I just got here. And I'm like,
Yep.
damn, I should have just drove you.
Yeah, I should have just waited, but
Yeah.
it was such a last-minute thing. It was better to stick to the plan than to kind of go off of it just in case.
Yeah, so that was funny.
And I got over there. The whole reason why I got there so early, I got there probably like 3 hours early.
This is the reason why.
And it was because I wanted to make sure I got merch. And I have a seat, so I'm not going to be in general admission where I have to worry about my position and everything like that. So I was like, I just want to make sure I get a shirt before they sell out, and then I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Everything's set in stone. I'm all good to go. And I get to the venue and see that they have this little trailer out front, and they just opened the little trailer doors, and it's selling merch. And so, like, some people got in line, and I was probably, like, I was behind a group of them, and I was just standing there, and I was like, shit, like, I just got here at the right time for them to lift open
Yeah.
those things to show it, and then probably standing in line for, like, another 10 minutes, and then they started selling the merch.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all. I mean, it sucked because I was in the sun and I was fucking melting.
Yeah. Because he
Um,
left his water bottle in my car.
Yeah.
Because you can't take
I
it.
couldn't take it with me, so I was like, I'm gonna leave this in here with you. Thanks.
Yeah, you can't take that into the concert.
So I got my shirt and I got Cade the same shirt. This is a different story. And Stalin.
All right, he just called me Stalin. Anyway, so yeah, Carson, he was doing that, and at the same time, I was gonna take Jaden out for dinner because she was paying for my ticket, and I'm like, I want to take you to a nice restaurant because that would just be nice, just to say thank you. And I was telling Carson about it. We went to this place called Tsunami in Salt Lake. Holy shit, the food was amazing. Like, I want to take you there just so you can try that chicken.
I want to try the sushi too.
That too. But the chicken.
But the chicken.
These crispy fried chicken wings from a sushi restaurant, some of the best shit I've ever had. And they had spicy garlic chili edamame. What the fuck? Bussin'.
That sounds like my guts are just gonna cry.
Oh, they did. Worth it? Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I did see proof of your guts crying.
It didn't even come out that time.
Oh.
But yeah, go back to your parts.
So I got the merch. I talked to this guy. I was wearing a shirt with the RZA on it from Wu-Tang, and the guy behind me had a Wu-Tang shirt on. And I turned around and was like, hey, dude, I like your shirt. And I was like, look, I got the RZA. And he was like, yo, that's sick as fuck. And we start talking about it. And he's like, you excited for the concert? I was like, hell yeah. And in my head, I'm like, who would buy tickets and not be excited about the concert? Like, I get it's like it's a rhetorical question. Like, obviously, you're not going to say, like,
I didn't
no.
tell you
But...
about the old guy.
Uh-oh. Hold on, let me just do this part. And so he was like, where'd you get the shirt? And I'm like we were just kind of shooting the shit about Wu-Tang and Kendrick and like when we were buying the tickets and all this kind of stuff. He's like, did you get GA? And I was like, no. I got like the app I bought it on was like locked me out of GA, so I had to buy a seat. And he goes, dang. And I got my shirts and I was like, well, it's nice talking to you, man. And I go, yeah. And so then I start to head towards where the line is and I see him walk over to the VIP. And he just sits down right at the VIP, and I was like, you're fucking kidding me.
What the fuck?
I was like, dang, man.
You really just said you're broke.
Yeah, he's like, you get GA? No, I got seats. He's all,
Oh.
huh. Go ahead. Old man?
Oh yeah. When me and this is when we were already sitting down,
Oh, okay.
so we might want to go in more chronological.
Okay, yeah, so I get in line, and it's hotter than fuck, so I get out of line.
So should we, real quick?
Should we do something real
Should we
quick?
do something
Let's
real
just
quick?
pause. Let's
Hey,
put a
hey,
pause.
Let's
Let's
put a pin in it.
Let's yield to this conversation and just talk about something. Now, how was that?
Refreshing.
Really?
Yeah.
Refreshing.
Refreshing.
What was that?
Because it was all bubbles in air.
God. That sounded like a kick drum inside of you.
It was my throat.
Boom. That was so scary. That's your thirst getting fucking murdered.
It got murdered, bro. It got murdered so hard it started playing a tribal song. Like,
Hit my tooth. Wow, chaos as soon as we open it because it's just Is that a fucking kick drum? Oh my god.
I just inhaled death.
a liquid death. Actually, you inhaled mango chainsaw.
The day I inhaled a chainsaw made of mango.
Let's get back on track here.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Hey, Liquid Dad. Welcome
Hey.
back. Just, you know how it is. Every week, we're going to just bug the shit out of you because we want you to sponsor us.
Yeah. It is true. We will more than likely, absolutely, definitely keep bugging the shit out of you.
Yep. We're going to keep bugging you until we get something
Something. Like that.
like that.
Like that.
And
I like it like that.
I like it like that. Come on, guys. We're funny.
Come on! We're funny!
We're doing the comedy
We're doing
here.
the
Come
comedy.
on.
Give me your kneecaps!
Give me your fucking
Give
kneecaps.
me your fucking kneecaps! Like, see?
Give me your liquid death or I
Give me
shoot
the
your
liquid
kneecaps.
death, I'll take your fucking kneecaps. Please.
Please.
Yeah, anyways. But yes, sponsor
Sponsor
us. It would be worth your time.
All of us would benefit.
All of us would benefit.
Yep.
You, me, all of us.
All of us. Look at us.
Look at us. Say it again.
Say it again.
Who'd have thought? Not me.
Not me.
Say it again.
Look at us.
Look at us.
But and I get back out of line because it was too hot, and walked around in the shade for a while. Contemplated going to dinner with them because we had time.
But
But
I was like, we'll come pick you up. Let's just go get food.
I get this weird anxiety where like if I have a plan or something and I can be there now, like it's just weird. Like I got it really bad when like the night I drove to Ricky's.
Yeah.
I got bad anxiety because I was at a family party and I like could be at Ricky's right now, but
no, I get that. When I'm somewhere and I'm like, I could be right there. I could be there now.
like that's my plan for later. But like I want to be there now,
like
kind of thing.
I could be there now.
And that's how it was with Kendrick. Is like I'm in line to see Kendrick Lamar right now, and like I'm literally in line. Like in leaving the line to go eat dinner, then to come back. It's just like in my brain, I couldn't do it, even though it made complete logical sense to
you
do that.
should have, bro.
But I just couldn't in my head. What I'm glad I didn't because I spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
But then they open up another entrance on the other side, and so everyone just starts booking it down there, and I'm just waddling. I'm just like, okay. I walk over to the other side, and I'm like 20th person in row now next to the door to get in.
Yeah.
And I remember these kids are going, they're the most annoying, I told him about it, they're the most annoying teenage douchebags that were sitting next to me that are still, they were probably like juniors, and they were pissing me off. Because they were the people that were like, I bet you like 75% of people here don't even know I by Kendrick Lamar. They're like, do you
Just
even...
those kinds of
Yeah,
people.
and they were like, they don't even deserve to be here. Like, they were just talking mad shit. And in my head, I'm like, dude, seriously? Like,
Shut
why
up.
can't no one can enjoy a concert then? Like, if I went to Beach House last night, I only know 2 songs. Am I supposed to not enjoy the concert or not be there just
Dude,
because I
you
don't
can
know
go to a
all their
random
songs?
concert, have a fucking great time.
Exactly. And it
Because
was
it's live music.
it's pissing me off. And so, like, and then at one they kept doing this thing where they were yelling stuff out, so, like, to try and get people to say something or something like that.
Ugh.
And he goes, "Hey, yo, everybody, let's sit down." And, like, everyone just looks at him and then, like, keeps talking and then give it, like, 2 minutes. And I just went and sat down cross-legged. And I kid you not, everyone started dropping down next to me, and the kids, those teenagers next to me, sat down too. And he's like, "Damn, dude." He goes, "I yelled at everyone to do it, and they didn't do it, and you just started a revolution."
Yeah.
Because I kid you not, I sat down, and then like people next to me did, and then it's just all boom, 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 and everyone started dropping down. And he goes, "Well, good job." And I was like, "Yeah,
See, this is what happens when you're not fucking annoying.
yeah." And then they were talking about, like, they were like, "You excited for the concert?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm excited." They're like, "What song are you most excited for?" And I was like, "Dude, anything off of Damn, anything." And then I said, and King Kunta. And they were-
Yes.
and he goes, "They're not even gonna play it." And I was like, "Are you sure?" And he was like, "Yeah, dude, I have the set list right here." And I was like, "Really?" I was trying to find the set list, and I thought, and he's like, "Dude, it's all over the internet." Like, talking down to me. Yeah, and I was like, and he shows, and I love that he played King Kunta anyway, and I
King Kunta.
love it. Because he was like,
Why
"Dude,
would he not?
he's not going to play it." I know.
Why would he
Why
not?
wouldn't he? That's a
Yeah.
good concert song.
It's an amazing concert song.
And so it's just, that whole thing was stupid. But I go right in through the fucking thing super fast, and I go straight to the Chick-fil-A counter in there.
Yeah.
And I
Did
bought,
you get food or just drinks?
I got 2 waters, a Pib, and a sandwich.
Nice.
It was like $30.
I guess I should let you keep that voucher. No, because you can only use it at
Yeah, I
bars.
couldn't use it in the concert. And so I got that and then just started walking to my seat. And they didn't put lids on the waters, but they did on the Pib.
Nice.
And so I'm sitting there like this with the tray in front of me. And I feel like I looked like an idiot because I'm by myself. I have 3 drinks, 1 sandwich, and I'm walking like trying not to spill anything, like the church when they got the little shots of water. Like I'm trying not to spill anything. Like
That's crazy.
And then I get into my seat and I sit down and there's like 2 guys next to me and that's it. And I'm like, I'm looking at the stage like, holy shit, I'm right here.
He had a good seat.
I'm right here next to the stage.
He had a good fucking seat.
And I was a little dumbfounded, and I took a video of me eating my sandwich, and it's me having my sandwich, and it pans to the stage, and it says "Life." Is good.
Life is good.
And I chugged that water so fast,
Oh,
that
I
first
bet.
one.
Yeah.
And then Cade, I'm trying to get Cade to tell me where the fuck he's sitting. I asked you 4 times.
Okay, I didn't have our tickets.
I know. I wanted you to find out.
Yeah, but every time you asked, she went somewhere else.
Like, I think I asked you when you were... I guess I asked you before you saw her for dinner.
Yeah.
And then I asked you, like, around, like, the middle of it or the end of dinner. And then I asked you when I was in the venue, and you were like, she's in the bathroom.
She's in the bathroom.
And then I
don't
asked
know.
you again, and you were like, this one. And so I was like, okay. And so I went and Googled the seating chart and everything. And so then I just started waiting, and I was staring up at
The second I sat down, I looked, and I saw him.
and I was sitting like a motherfucking Chad. Like, I had my leg like this and my arm on the rail where, like, people are sitting behind me, and I had my arm up here like this. And I'm just looking right up at him. And I'll put the video in here because I have it saved in
Oh,
chat.
no.
I'll put it right here. And it's just him zooming in on me sitting like that.
Yeah. I saw him immediately.
Yeah.
It's like I was just like, "Where's the blonde guy with the tan shirt?" And because there's like not a lot of people around, I'm like, "Got him."
There was like no one where I was.
Because like I memorized where your seat was when
Yeah.
you showed me, and like he's right there.
Yeah, right next to the stage right there, and it was just so sick.
And we were just doing shit.
The whole time, like, and
Oh.
this is like I can't see his face.
No,
I can't
it's
see anything.
It's far.
And so we're like, from across the thing, I just see him go, and he's doing this little hand thing, and then I look back up at him, and I'm like debating, like, do I do it?
Yeah.
And then I went, yeah, and so I
Yeah.
do it back, and so we're so far apart, and we're just watching each other run bits from so far apart.
It doesn't matter where the fuck we are. We're gonna do dumb
Yeah.
shit, even if we're not by each other.
And
If
then-
we can see each other, it's over.
And then I texted him. This couple climbs. It was the weirdest thing. They climb over the back of the railing behind me and down into their seats. And
That's
I was
what people
like,
around me were doing.
well, and I was going to tell them, I was going to say, hey, I could have moved, but I was like, I don't want to talk to him. And so I'm kind of sitting there, like texting Kate a little bit. And I turn and then go. Like I had to do like a triple take. And I text Kate and I said, dude, this chick next to me has massive tits.
I opened my phone and I started laughing so hard. Jane's like, "What?" I'm like, "Bro," like, she started dying. I was like, "What the fuck, Carson?"
Well, it wasn't my fault because she was like an influencer. Like she did it like on purpose, and she was
Yeah.
taking videos, like moving them and shit. So I didn't feel bad, even though it was the wrong thing to do. I didn't feel bad.
It was funny. Perfect. It got it.
Did it really? Oh shit! I want to clap anyway. Just because editing's a bitch when I can't get it.
True.
It was so much fun just doing that back and forth, and that I'm glad that I made him laugh that hard. And he had to go poop, and he sent me a picture of him and he looked like he aged like 50 years.
I was just straining my neck muscles
Like
so
he was
hard.
shooting his life force out of his ass, but it wasn't.
It wasn't
It was
because
just toots and poots.
it was toots and poots.
And it was funny because he was like, "Do you want to go meet up at the bathrooms?" And so I was going to give him a shirt, and so I got out. Like I got all the way up the stairs and out the door, and all of a sudden I hear, boom!
Yeah,
like this
it
this
started.
big old bass drop, and what's his name, Tana Leone or something comes out.
I don't, he was good. I've
He
never
was
listened to
good.
him before.
Yeah,
He was good.
He was a sexy motherfucker.
I wasn't close enough to know.
Well, it played on the screen at the end of the show. He had all the tats.
Oh,
That was him, yeah,
okay.
and that was the coolest shot of him.
True.
He was good looking. But and so I hear that, and I'm like, and instantly turn around and sift through everyone that's all running back to their seats. And Kate's like, "Did you turn around?" I said, "Yeah," and he goes, "Oh."
Oh, cool.
And then, yeah, that's one of the openers. We just kind of sat around, and then the Baby Keem comes on.
He was good.
He was good.
That was awesome.
That was really good.
At one point, another bit we ran, Carson just texts me. He says, "Pass it."
Yep.
And so, you know, me being me, I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this something." So I just like sit up real tall, and I just go in the middle. There's so
Fully
many. There's
extending his arm
just
and throwing nothing
Nothing.
at me.
Throwing
and
nothing.
I see it right here, and I go. And then I look up at him and I go. And throw it back.
You just kind of.
Oh yeah, I do a little toss because
Yeah.
I couldn't there I didn't I don't know I could but I did a little toss back to him.
Yeah, I went for it. Everyone around me is like, "What the fuck is he doing?" And I'm like, "I don't
Can you
care."
imagine if he actually threw something from up there?
Oh, it would be bad. I know people are like,
Wait.
he didn't throw anything."
I was getting pissed off at people throwing shit on stage at Kendrick.
Same.
That was
And
pissing me
people
off.
kept having to like come on and
Yeah,
get shit. I was
pull
like,
it off.
it's like I don't think you guys realize these are moving parts.
Yeah.
Like,
And there's like they have like the fog coming out of it,
yeah,
and
like,
fire comes out of it sometimes.
yeah. It's
So
like,
maybe don't throw clothes up there.
maybe don't throw shit on him. He doesn't want your bra.
No.
Tech 9 does.
Tech 9 does. He donates it.
He donates them like a good man.
Yeah.
But it's like don't throw shit on a stage that has moving parts, that has shit going on underneath. Like that's just not safe for the artist.
Exactly.
Because
I was laughing a little bit because his boots.
I wasn't even close enough.
He's
to see him.
5'2", and his boots made him like 5'11". He's not 5'2". I think he's like He's not
5'6".
Yeah, he's not super short, but he's shorter.
Short king.
Yeah, short King Kunta. And
Then he had the Michael Jackson
Bitch,
glove.
where were you when I was walking?
Now I run the game. 'Cause
yeah,
the whole
the
world
fully diamond glove on.
just encrusted.
so sick.
Diamond
yeah.
encrusted, whatever.
Yeah.
Diamond crustables.
Yeah. Oh,
Diamond
the best.
Diamond lunchables.
The best.
Diamond croissants.
Nope.
Diamond charcuterie boards.
Yes. Diamond car batteries.
Yes.
Lick them.
Whoa. Lead poisoning.
Licking batteries near you.
Monday. Battery liquors at 5.
That sounds like a Naked and Afraid spinoff.
Yeah. Battery liquors.
Battery liquors.
It sounds like it should be a slur.
You battery liquor.
You batter. We need to call people that tonight. I always call people window lickers.
I love
so
the
battery liquors.
lint liquor.
Liquor.
You're a lint liquor.
Battery liquor.
You battery lick. I bet you lick batteries. hey, don't say that.
Hey, how'd you know? How'd you know? Tell me right
Kendrick. I cried 3 times.
As soon as I'd hear a certain song playing, I'm like, Carson's crying to this
yeah,
one.
Father Time played, and I actually I looked back at it, and I couldn't catch a video of it. Like, I got a little bit, but I was crying. And, like, I remember I was probably a little too much, especially with the people around me, but there's a part where it goes, I got daddy issues, that's on me, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I screamed it, and I did the, I got daddy issues, that's on me, and, like, fucking whole body movement. Like, I was, oh my God, I got way too into it, but I was crying.
During that song, I looked at Jaden and I was like, oh, wait, no, you have mommy issues.
And then I cried. Near the beginning, I started crying just because seeing him that close to me.
I was pumped.
I was getting emotional because I was like, I idolize this man.
I was in, like, the farthest seat possible
And I
away from
love
him, and I was still giddy.
I was just like, he's right here. He's
Yeah.
right here. And I'm enjoying his music live. And I was like, well, I'll get to it later. But I was so excited, and
yeah.
I started crying a little bit. And then, like I said, Father Time, and then our song comes on.
Taking my baby to school, then I pray for.
Oh, dude, bitch, I'm attracted.
Bitch, I'm attracted.
Oh,
Shit!
oh, God, it's such a... And
Yes.
it was so funny because as soon as the song came on, we both looked at each other from across the stadium. Like, I remember it comes on, and I push record on my video, and I'm holding my hand still, and I just... right up at him. I'm just staring directly in his area, and the lights were off up there, but because I'm so close to the stage, I don't know if you could see me very well.
I could see you.
But because there were so many lights, I'm sure it was illuminated more. But I just looked right up into the darkness as where your person should be, and I just stared up there while I was holding my phone.
Yep, we stared at each other. It was cute.
It was the best. And
It
then I
was
cried
fun.
when Lust played because that one was my introduction into Kendrick.
Good song.
Good soup. Good soup.
I never talked about the old man.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So, before it started, before anything started, this like older gentleman just was walking through the aisle like slow because he was like late 70s, 80s,
Really?
old motherfucker.
Huh.
And he just had a paper with his ticket on it, trying to find his seat. This dude came by himself to see Kendrick.
That was me from the future.
Yeah,
I came back to see this again.
and it was so cute because like everyone was trying to help him. He's like, oh, let me see. He's like, oh, you're over here. Like, I'll take you there. Just like people are being so nice to him.
That makes me
It made
happy.
me so happy because I'm like, I'm so glad people are being nice.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Well, and I was thinking the same thing of like the couple that were next to me had to have been like the girl was at like mid to late 30s and the dude was like 40s, like something like that. And in my head, I'm like, you guys are parents.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it just—doesn't occur to me that
Old people listen to music.
older people, not even old people, but
Old.
older, can listen to music and they can enjoy Kendrick Lamar. But I mean, they were more into like the crazier ones, like, and so like I liked the abstract ones that he was doing as well.
Oh yeah.
But they would literally sit down in his set when he wasn't playing a song that they didn't.
That's what
like.
this couple in front of me are doing, and I wanted to punch this one girl in the back of the head.
She was waving her hand.
She's pissing me the fuck off. Just pissing me off. Like, what's with you fucking bitches and at a concert, nothing even hype is happening. You're just like hand fully spread.
Not like doing this, like hands spread, arm fully out, just
It would have been even better in my head if this is happening and you're getting pissed off, and then all of a sudden she pulls out like the foam finger. She's just throwing it
I wouldn't be surprised. She kept doing this, and like I have to zoom in far to be able to get a video of Kendrick. So one little thing gets in the way, it blocks the whole thing. So half of my videos are this dumb bitch's hand. Because she kept going, and I kept trying to move it, and then she would move to that spot, and I'm like, stay still! Like,
See, I am so mindful of people taking videos around me that like the guy that was next to me, because we're at an angle seeing Kendrick.
nice.
Since we're at an angle seeing Kendrick, his phone had to be like right here, and I'm like following Kendrick across the stage, and stuff like that. And I kept like doing a side eye to see where his camera was
Yeah.
at, so I could keep my hand out of his video.
Yeah, I try to be mindful because I don't want to be that person. I'm like, I'm gonna, like the famous quote from Death Note. I've never been so inclined to hit a woman, like, because oh my god, she was pissing me off. And then when she wasn't doing that, she was sitting down making out with her boyfriend.
Oh yeah, dude, the couple in front of me were like grinding, like almost.
Yeah.
They were almost like humping each other, like
yeah,
hard, like pulling it back and smack. Like they were really close.
It
and
was
they were
nuts.
both drunk.
and I'm like, you're either annoying me or just like doing your own shit. Please, just I don't care if you're making out. Do that more.
Yeah.
Get out of my way. Because like she kept drifting seats. She was drifting across like 4 seats at a time because some of them just weren't taken.
Right.
So she just kept like moving back and forth. I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. Like,
Yeah, there was a space in between me and Big Tit McGee next to me.
you should have told me. We're just
Oh yeah, no one was checking tickets.
I could have came and sat by you.
I didn't think of that.
I would have left Jaden.
Would you though?
Probably. That
Oh
for
my
that kind of
God.
view, bro. Like, and I'm talking about the tits.
Talk about Big Tit McGee. It was so much fun and very emotional. Like just all of the songs. My phone right now, I'm pretty sure I'm running out of space because I have full like 1 to 2 minute videos. Because I would try and record like the beginning of it so I can enjoy the rest of it.
Yeah, but there's some songs I have like 4-minute videos.
Oh yeah, like Money Trees.
Oh, Money Trees, bro.
Lust.
Backseat Freestyle.
That one, yeah. And then
I recorded a lot of Alright because the fucking
yeah,
the pit was going nuts.
insane.
Because I got a perfect view from above
Yeah.
of the pit.
Yeah, I know. Your view was really sick for it being that far up. It was pretty cool seeing how you were right there.
Yeah, because like I could just see the pit perfect. I'll have to show you the videos because I could just see all of them going fucking nuts, just having a good time. And there were times I'm like, I would see them all creating like a circle in the middle, like a huge gap. I'm like, someone's about to fucking die.
Yeah.
I was just looking, I'm like, they're gonna die. And sure enough, when it started, they just boom, and just all together. I'm like, I would pay to be there right now.
I have a story I need to tell you about Beach House after the camera cuts, okay?
Okay.
You gotta help me remember. But it was so much fun. It was a lifetime thing. And what I was gonna say earlier about it was is I thought this was like, I don't know when the next time I'll ever see Kendrick in concert again. I was like, this could be his last one, and I won't see him. And I don't think anyone noticed it the way I did, and it ran chills down my spine to the point where it almost hurt because he's going down from the stage, is pulling him down, and he goes, "I will be back."
Yeah.
And he smirks, and I went, "Oh shit! Oh shit! He's not done. He's not done. He's not done." And I knew he wasn't talking about coming back on stage.
Yeah.
For an encore. I knew he's saying that he's gonna come back. And
That shit was so good.
Oh, I lost it. I just got chills again thinking about that. It just made me so happy.
Bitch, I'm attractive. Can't fuck with you no more. I'm fasting. Oh, hey. Sorry about that.
Talk about the baby.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. Reverse everything. We're going back to camping, and we're going back to when we ate dinner at the restaurant.
Oh my
okay?
god.
So there's this little kid sitting directly behind me, and I'm hearing this little and so I turn around and I look at the kid, and he's just going like he can't hold his head up, so he's just bobbing his head backwards and like wide-eyed staring me into my fucking soul, just and I was like, I almost, it took everything in me not to just be like, hey. Like I literally turned around and I waved at him, like I did a little like side wave.
So funny.
And then I kept looking at Kate, and I leaned over and I was like, this kid across, like behind me keeps doing this thing, and you looked at him too, but he was turned around or something like that. But
Yeah.
he just kept staring at me, just doing the, not holding his head up right, and just.
It was so fucking funny.
But so yeah, Kendrick was a fucking trip.
It was so fun.
Beautiful.
And then I had to go into work for a couple hours.
Yeah, because he had to.
Oh wait, no,
That was today.
that was today, Thursday. I only went in 1 hour late. I got no sleep, so I only woke up 30 minutes later than I usually do because I had to wake up and shower. Because I typically shower at night, but it was just like I'm going the fuck to bed,
Right.
Because it was like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went to work that day, went fine, then picked up Carson and dropped him off at Beach House. Nice.
Yes, and that was. It was another one where I just kind of sat outside so that Braxton could come over. He had to put his baby to bed, so I was just hanging out.
Should have just brought him.
And yeah, Walker would have loved that.
You just need to get like the baby earmuffs.
Yeah,
for concerts.
just start taking them.
Just like gun earmuffs and put them on a baby. Walker would have a time.
No, because the people in front of us started smoking up a joint. Like I remember
Even
we were both sitting there, and some dude, he just like, and it's like probably halfway through the concert, and I just see him whip out a joint and just start lighting. Like it's like dead. It's like really dark in our area because the lights don't come towards us.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden I just see a lighter and that, and I just look over at Braxton, and he goes, and we both kind of like lean back a little.
It smelled like hella weed where I was sitting at Kendrick.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that at Kendrick. How did they get that in? Like you
Yeah.
had to put your stuff in a little thing, and it's like
Me
I don't
and
know if they
Jaden
did
were
that for you
talking-
guys.
Yeah, me and Jaden were talking about it. I'm like, I mean, I could think of a couple ways.
Right, but it was very interesting to me that because it was wafting. I also got a waft of like someone definitely like shit their pants.
Oh, yeah, same.
It smelled like someone pooed.
It smelled like a fucking Kaibo
like
up in that shit.
Who pooed?
I swear we got the same sense. That
It was so bad.
we were so dude. It smelled like some shit.
That means that
themselves.
someone definitely had to have. If it
Yeah.
reached you, someone definitely
It smelled horrible.
But anyway, Beach House. So we go in and we kind of work our way to a spot, and we're just hanging out. And me and Braxton, he knew a couple more songs, but I only knew 2 of them. And one was Space Song, which is like the huge one that everyone knows. 'Cause
Beautiful
it's
song.
just beautiful.
It's a great song.
And I knew Silver Soul, which is the one that Kendrick samples in Money Trees.
That's a good one.
And which I just posted a TikTok of me taking the video of that Beach House, reversing it, and then playing it into his Money Trees. And it was very vibey. Like it was nice. No one was like jumping around and like knocking each other. It was just everyone was just kind of like doing one of these.
I want to go to more of those.
And it
'cause,
was just vibing, dude.
like, oh shit, what? Yeah, at Tech 9, I was getting pissed.
Yeah, we were just getting pummeled the whole fucking
I
time.
was just getting upset
Yeah.
that I was there.
Until titties.
But the music at Tech 9 was fucking sick. I was
Oh,
just mad.
I was just mad at the motherfuckers there.
I was just mad.
And so we're just enjoying the music, dude. It's such a vibe. And me and him walked in and saw the line went from where you enter all the way down to the other side and like started to corner back. And so we were both like, I told him on the way in there, I was like, I might just look online and buy one off of their fucking, because
Yeah.
I told it on the podcast before, I collect the shirts from every concert I go to. And I think after this, the next podcast, I'm going to start wearing each concert shirt for each one. Starting with my first one, the Journey shirt that I have.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to start with Journey and then work my way through all my concert
I
shirts.
really never bought concert merch until I started going with you.
It's I don't know what it is. I just I want to make a little wall of them at some point.
Yeah,
but-
like at Tech 9, you went and got me a beanie.
yeah,
You got me this at Kendrick.
yep,
I'm seeing a pattern where he buys all my merch.
yeah. yeah. I'm like, no, you need this. Come on.
I know, I'm like, I kind of do. Like,
You got a point. Okay.
fuck, all right.
And so I never told this merch that I got. So I got the same shirt as him, and this one I was outside waiting for my ride home, and they were selling them for $20.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's 20 more bucks for a cool ass shirt that I can just, I can wear this anywhere, and this one I want to save. And just because I'm weird like that. And I actually used to go to like the gym and stuff in my Post Malone one and my Tech 9 one.
Yeah.
Until I started thinking like, I kind of want to preserve these.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to Post Malone with Ricky now.
Hell yeah. That's
Yeah.
going to be so much fun.
He's like, yeah, we got an extra ticket. I'm like, I'll buy it.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was wearing this last night, and Braxton was telling me that someone behind me was like pointing at my shirt and like was talking about it and stuff like that. and it made me feel good. I was like, oh, thanks.
Oh, thank you.
And we're just vibing to the music, and at one point, I just see like there's like some girls by me, and they're all like looking down at the ground, and I was like, oh, someone probably dropped their phone or something like that, and I look over, and there's just a whole ass dude on the ground, passed out.
That's a dude.
And his head is like a foot away from my foot, and I was like, "What?" And so I kind of scooped back, and then Braxton, he said he didn't know if I saw it, so he kind of pulled me back away from it, so I like didn't step on him or something.
Yeah.
And then they got him up, and like he woke up just a few seconds later, and like stood up and was like confused, and kind of like whoever he was with walked him out to make sure he was okay.
He was probably wasted.
Yeah, he definitely had too many drinks, and he locked his knees or something like that, and it was just the great combination that just made him pass out for a minute.
Yeah.
And so after that happens, we all kind of regain our spot and our vibes, and I lean into Braxton and I go, I kind of just moved away from him because I didn't want him to throw up on my shoes. He starts laughing and he goes, I only pulled you away because I didn't know if you could see him. And I was like, no, I just didn't want him to throw up on my shoes.
I was saying it would have been funny if Carson just walked and was like, fuck you, and kicked him in the head.
Well, and someone spilt beer into into Braxton's shoe. Like, to the point where it would squish when he'd step.
That's fucked.
And the last time me and him went to a concert, someone spilt beer down my back.
I'm not gonna lie, even if someone does has an accident, if they don't immediately get on their knees and apologize, I'm rocking their shit.
I'm sorry.
I'm rocking their shit. Because for one, beer stains and it smells awful when it gets on clothes and shit. It just smells awful. It stains. It gets your shirt all crusty. It's fucking awful.
It's bad.
So if someone ruins any of my clothing with that,
fuck you.
They're getting Dwayne. Like,
but it was such a vibe, dude. And we, it's a part that was actually kind of cool. We listened to the Space song, which is the big one that we wanted to hear. And then I turned to him and I go, hey, you ready to? And he immediately cuts me off and goes, yeah. And then we just start walking out of the crowd. And then I start turning towards the entrance, and he's like, there's an exit right here. And I was like, let's go look at the merch booth because they're still playing their songs.
yeah.
And I guarantee no one's over here. We walk over there, there's like 4 people in line.
That's awesome.
And so he was like, dude, yes. And so we get in line, and I showed him I got this pink shirt that's got Beach House, and it's got like roses, and
dude,
it's so sick.
You should have just bought me one I would have paid. That looks fucking awesome.
It was so cool. And
how much was it?
$45.
Okay.
And it was, and so I got that shirt, and he got a white one that's got this cool fucking pattern on it.
Hell yeah.
It's like, I'll have to find a picture to show you, but it's super cool.
Okay.
And the lady, she's the sweetest lady, and I see her every time I buy my merch. Somehow, I always get to her because there's 3 people that sell it right there, and I always end up in her line.
Good shit.
And so she sees my shirt, and she goes, how was Kendrick? And I was like, oh my God, I cried. And she was like, oh, I bet, dude. And like we started talking about Kendrick. Like,
that's awesome.
There's a line behind us, right? And granted, there's 2 more people selling, but there's a line behind us. And usually you're like, I want that one, this size, and okay, we're good. And then you leave, right?
Yeah.
But we were just like, yeah, oh my gosh, it was so much fun. He played this. I lost my mind. Like, we were just going crazy about it.
Good shit.
And then right after we get done talking about Kendrick, one of the other sellers comes over, and she goes up to Braxton and goes, hey, do you have a sister?
Oh, man.
And
why'd I just go Jamaican?
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
And he goes, yeah. And she goes, is her name Nisha? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, and I go, that's my aunt. And yeah. And Braxton goes, that's it's his aunt. And then she goes, oh my gosh. And then she goes, wait, who do you belong to? Looking at me. And I go,
who do you belong to?
Yeah. And I go, Trista. And she goes, no. And I go, yeah. And she goes, she holds her head and she goes, the last time I saw you, you were like this big. And then she points at Braxton and she goes, the last time I saw you, you were not much higher than that. And me and him are both taken aback, like, what? What? And she goes, yeah, I used to hang out with them all the time. Like, they were friends, you know?
What the hell?
And
how'd she recognize Braxton?
Yeah, that's the thing. And then, so we start talking about that a little bit. And then she's like, all right, I got to go. And so we're holding up the line. There's one person selling merch now. Yeah. And so we're holding it up. And then we're sticking them up.
Give me all the merch.
Give me your iPad with the money on it.
give me your Venmo password.
And so then the other lady comes back and we get our shirts. And as that one that was recognized starts to walk away, she stops and she looks at me and she like points and she goes, holy shit. And then she turns back and she goes, holy shit, and then walks away. What the fuck? Like she was just aghast that I have a beard and I'm like 20, like
That you live.
yeah, that I'm alive.
Yeah.
And I told Braxton, I was like, you should have told her that you're married and have a kid and see what she would have said.
True.
She's taken aback by
You
how
should have
old.
said that.
But it was so much fun, and me and Braxton got McDonald's on our way back, and we saw an accident.
Nice.
Like we pulled up, and they were getting out of their car, and it was in the middle of the street. It was crazy.
What is with me and you?
It
and
just
seeing
witnessing
shit?
that, yeah, it's fucking weird. But yeah, it was so much fun. Everything has been just great.
It's been a good week.
It's been good. I mean, there's a few things right here that I want to talk about. Like, there's one specifically that made life a living hell, and I thought I was gonna like jump off a cliff or something. And we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But this was a fun. This wasn't a very funny episode.
It was fun.
We
had a lot of fun.
It was a storytelling. Yeah, we wanted a little update on how fun this has been so far.
But yeah, so thank you for watching.
Yeah,
If you're on YouTube, and if you're not on YouTube, get over to YouTube
YouTube.
and hit that fun little subscribble button.
Subscribble, hit the like,
hit the like,
hit the subscribble,
the post notifications bell,
and then comment something.
Yeah,
please.
comment something.
Something.
Get
Anything.
interactive.
I
with
really
us.
want to just please,
please,
just something.
just something.
And
I
then
feel like
maybe,
I'm talking to a wall.
Yeah, maybe just share it with maybe somebody.
We are kind of talking to a wall.
Yeah,
but
we are.
We are,
But it's okay.
but it's okay.
It's all right.
There's a camera in front of it.
Yeah.
And I can see
It's
you
fine.
inside of it.
All right, guys. This has been a great episode.
It's been fun. We had a good week.
Yep.
Thank you for watching.
Yes.
We
thank
will
you.
see you guys next week.
time. Goodbye.
Yeah, that camera cut out. I knew it. Yeah.
I figured. It went to